Welcome back. This is the third episode on the 12 virtues of rationality according to Yudkowsky. If you haven't seen the previous episode, you'll find the link up here. Today's virtues are simplicity, humility, and perfectionism. Let's have a look at them together. Hi everyone, my name is Luca and this is School of Thinking, the channel to help you think better. Virtue number 7 is simplicity. We are basically talking about Occam's razor. This basic principle of science and philosophy tells us that when we have many possible explanations for some phenomenon, we should choose the most simple one. For example, if my pen falls to the ground, I can give two possible explanations. First, gravity. Second, my house is haunted by ghosts, because my neighbor is a witch, and she is annoyed at my dog for always barking, so she casts a spell on us. Both hypotheses can explain my pen falling, but the second one requires way too many extra elements to do so. Since gravity alone can explain the pen falling down, by this principle, we should prefer gravity to the witch's hypothesis. Simplicity, according to Occam's razor, is about subtracting. Therefore, it makes sense to delete any extra element from our explanations until we find the core, the smallest possible set of theories that still explains the phenomenon. Virtue number 8 is humility, which doesn't mean flaunting our mistakes or pretending to be dumber than we are. Intellectual humility is about admitting our mistakes and doing our best to reduce them. Yudkowsky also makes some interesting remarks about rationality. Since it's unevenly distributed among humans, it's enough to have a basic knowledge of it to significantly increase your rhetorical abilities. We watch a video by School of Thinking, and then we listen to someone commit a logical fallacy, and we feel like some sort of rationality king, like Spock. But we are not in a video game, where every debate we win increases our charisma bar and our rationality status. Instead of bragging about these little moments, it's useful to stay humble. It's not just a sort of Socrates-like humility, where we acknowledge what we don't know without doing much more to better our situation. We are talking instead of a deeper humility. We need to keep in mind both our limits as humans and the inevitable incompleteness of our world knowledge. But this deeper, basic humility is not the same as knowing nothing. As said before, we must stay aware of what we know. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense to learn new things, and culture wouldn't be able to progress. But at the same time, we should face the world ready to be proven wrong. Virtue number 9 is perfectionism. This can seem like a contradiction, since perfectionism is considered toxic for one's mental health. But if we see it from the perspective of pure rationality, Yudkowsky's reasoning makes a bit more sense. If the value we should strive for is accuracy, we can say we have reached the maximum amount of accuracy. We can't possibly do better. There's no more mistakes to correct. History of science, and therefore history of searching for the truth, is riddled with perfectionism, since there can't be really a limit on the things we know about the world. We could go on about philosophy of science for a long time, but there surely will never be a moment in which physics can say, alright, we can't explain reality better than this. And since rationality is one of the main assets of scientific reasoning, it must be based on perfectionism. We should make a distinction between pathological perfectionism and rational perfectionism. Pathological perfectionism, as seen in psychology, pushes those who suffer from it to set unrealistic standards for themselves, and to put themselves down when these standards don't get fulfilled. A pathological perfectionist is not capable of tolerating mistakes in a balanced manner. If they want to pursue a sport, but they aren't the best athlete in the world, they'll feel a strong dissatisfaction and psychological turmoil. Or if they want to make YouTube videos, and these videos aren't the best on the entire platform, they'll think they've made a terrible job. The kind of perfectionism that Yudkowsky mentions is rather about a process of optimization toward the truth. It's about finding and correcting your mistakes. A rational perfectionist can perfectly recognize their ability to make mistakes, and they know their goal is not to be perfect, but rather to constantly improve. They look for every possible occasion to train and get better at their abilities, and they try to improve the quality of their work with every video. Alright, These were virtues number 7, 8 and 9 according to Yudkowsky. Let us know in the comments which one was the most interesting. We'll see you in the next episode.